Hey guys, gals, and non-binary pals. What are you doing back there? I'm here at the Mecca Home Depot doing a little plywood run as well as getting some insulation because we're going to be doing the floor when I get back. See you then. Good morning. Last night and this morning, Nicholas and I went to Home Depot and got some supplies to do the floor of the van. We got some adhesive. This is what they recommended on the YouTube. Some reflective foil tape to tape the to tape stuff up. We have an abrasive sandpaper sponge, which I'm going to use on the metal floor of the van before applying the adhesive to make it stick a little better. And then I also got some gaps and cracks. It was only $4, and I figured it would be not bad to have on hand either for now or later in the build when I'm doing the walls. But I've been seeing everyone online have a different opinion on how to insulate your van, and everyone seems to believe they're right. But it seems like the engineers of van life community think that having a little bit of airflow can be helpful to reduce condensation when it comes to doing the floor of your van, where a lot of condensation can build up. So I'm going to be not filling all the little gaps on the bottom because I would like that area to stay dry. And I think that the insulation I got, which is 1/2-inch insulation, coupled with the plywood and then the vinyl on top of that, will all be thick enough. And yes, I got some XPS insulation off of the reviews of a lot of Redditors. That seems to be the general consensus. And then I'm going to be framing that with some 1/2-inch wood beams, and over that will go the 1/2-inch plywood, which all said and done, with all these things here, all that, and then also the vinyl, and I got about 60 square feet of vinyl, was $244 last night plus $78 this morning, which is like $322 spent at Home Depot. No nut rolls. But right now I'm warming up the van because it's really cold outside and I want the adhesive to work properly. Here's Great Man, if you guys like Great Man. Hello, I just finished taking all the rust off the bottom of the van with Windex. I didn't know that Windex and some steel wool would kind of do the trick. So I'm going to now spray paint the parts that were drilled into to prevent more rust from forming on those parts. And then I'm going to draw the outline of where I want to put these wooden frames so that I can make sure that when I'm doing like more fixtures in the future, I have something nice to drill into. And also want to make sure that the plywood is going to lay evenly between pieces of plywood so that they're like on the same frame level.
Oh wait, now go.
Hey silly gooses, we are currently gluing the floor of the van together, starting with all these horizontal beams, and then Nick's kind of just standing on top of them to weigh them down. It's going so far so good. I'll keep you guys updated. And done. We are currently weighing it down overnight, letting some of it set, and we'll finish it tomorrow. I gotta get more glue because I underestimated how much I would need. Alright, well, this van isn't gonna build itself. I think I've been getting in my head about there being like a right way to go about this because everyone just has a very specific opinion on how to do it, and like there's not one way. Obviously there's not one way to go about it. but I think I just need to get out of my head a little bit and like look at what I'm actually doing in front of me. Like in covering this wheel well with this foam, I was like just getting like nervous, like, okay, like how are we gonna go about this? Like how are you gonna like effectively cover? It's like just like treat it like an art project. Like what makes sense, and just do that. Wish me luck. So I took measurements of the spaces where I'm going to be putting this insulation, and now I'm just going to be making those marks and cutting it out, which you'll see on the time lapse. Okay, quick tip. I had taken a bunch of measurements inside of the van, and then gone back and like traced those measurements out and then cut them. So there was like one small source of what's the word for it? There's a small amount of uncertainty when I took the measurement, a small amount of uncertainty when I did the drawing, and another amount of uncertainty when I cut it. Just cut it inside the van, Day. Like, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. My cuts would have been so much cleaner and would have been way easier. So it goes. Hello, we're about to use our homemade scribe tool on this plywood to measure it out and draw it. And I need to turn the light on because it's gonna get dark in here.
1, 2, 3, 4. I don't wanna go to bed tonight. I'm going to the movies in my head tonight. Don't tell me what I said tonight. I had a cup of coffee in the shed tonight. I don't wanna go to bed tonight. I'm going to the movies in my head tonight. Don't tell me what I said tonight. I had a cup of coffee in the shed tonight.
The van is slowly closing in on me. We did a pretty good job with it. I was a little bummed. There's some space right there, but like ultimately, what are you gonna do? It's one of those like 80% rules. I can always like fill that in with some sort of something. But yeah. All right, so I just did the second cutout. And honestly, I'm looking a lot cleaner on the lines than the first, so I'm pretty happy about that. But since these two overlap intentionally, I'm going to lay this one down on top of it and then draw a long line where I need to cut that one off. And then, so yeah. Mia, I said only record me. Stop muxing around with my van life video. Lined up pretty well. I took it out for a second because I'm gonna have to shave off this little nub right here because of this guy. And then I'm just gonna do a little bit of, I think, sanding down the middle. I think that would work. To make it a little straighter because it's a little bit curved. I got 2 pieces of the subfloor in today, in addition to finishing the installation. So I feel like today was pretty successful. And then I also have some sound deadening stuff coming in tomorrow and a fan coming in on Wednesday. The price tag is absolutely going up. I'm going to lose track if I don't tally it now. So the fan was like $244. It's like the nicest fan you can get, and it's the one thing that it seems like every person agrees on within the community. It's like a really good fan. And And I don't want to skimp out on that because I'm going to be hanging out in the desert for sure. And then I want to try to get like the solar panels and stuff done, because once I have this floor finished, I feel like next step being battery stuff and like wiring everything is the move, which feels very disjointed because like the electrical stuff feels the most almost unknown, except maybe plumbing, and I kind of would think that would be like the boss battle, kind of one of the end steps, but you got to do it pretty early if you want it to be nicely wired and everything configured. So yeah, I'm going to be getting the fan, the solar panels to like trick out the roof with, and I want to, on the roof, because I'm sure I'll have extra space, dedicate a chunk of it to like just like a deck, something to like stargaze on. Would be really cool. It's also weird because this thing has become such an obsession over the past week. Like, I just got the van last week Monday, and this is a week from now Monday, and a week from then Monday, and 80% of my thoughts, maybe like 90% of my thoughts are about the van, and it's just working on the van, coming home, and going inside my house and playing guitar and eating to like energize my body and soul, and then going out again until it's depleted. And it's really fucking awesome. I kind of feel like obsession is one of those things, and I don't have any experience with it really because I jump around a lot, but obsession seems to be well, actually that's not true. Obsession seems to be one of those things that's a little bit selfish, where it's really nice to be like, oh, I need to do this, it's my craft, or whatever, but it just feels good. It also feels very isolating, like I don't care about anything else right now except this van. All the things that might have been making me sad 2 weeks ago are completely irrelevant. The only things that make me upset now have to do with the van, whether it be the glue not sticking, the floor panels being a little bit uneven, or it being cold outside in, cold within the van as well. Maybe it provides a certain amount of control knowing that like you can do shit very actively to change. Like when something becomes your whole universe like this. Like when you obsess over something, it becomes your whole world. But that whole world is actually very small. It's a 2021 Ram ProMaster 159-inch wheelbase. About 84 square feet. And there's a lot of control in that, and only having that be your life for a bit. It feels good for now. And I mean, it's nice for this to be an obsession, because like I'm sure as soon as I hit the road, I'm no longer going to be fixating on, like, the world's going to open up a lot is what I'm trying to say. That's it. Good night.